Hey, welcome back. So in this video, I wanted to shoot a breakdown of what happened in December. Did we actually hit our goal and share some updates for what I think you should do as far as scaling a coaching, consulting, or course creation business in 2023. All right. And this is from my own experience actually trying this stuff out and being in the field. If you didn't watch any of the past videos and you're new here, that's cool. Just a little bit of context. My name is Zach Hansen. We run a company called Effortless Scale, where what we do is help coaches, consultants, and course creators use micro offers to get paid to send and passively acquire new customers and clients every single day, no matter what you're doing, even if you don't have Wi-Fi, to have better profit margins and just to avoid freebie seekers. So what I want to do is actually break down what happened in December, because if you were watching the channel, we set a very ambitious goal. And it was due to some dire situations of what was happening in our personal life. And I wanted to share what I learned during this process and make sure that you don't make the same mistake I did, because what I actually did is fell into looking at what other people in our industry were doing. And that led me down the wrong path at first. And luckily, my wife saved me. So stick around. I'll show you exactly how that happened. Now, let me just jump in here. I'm going to share my screen, show you what actually went down and did we actually hit our goal? So again, our goal was in December to hit a $20,000 a month in recurring revenue. So what I will say is, after looking at this, yes, we did hit our goal. So this is our Stripe account from December 1st to December 31st. And we have, if you want to take net volume, which is completely cool, that's after refunds and everything, 14K. And then PayPal, we hit 10K here, minus 3%. All right. So overall, we crushed the 20K, and that doesn't even include clients that send wire transfers and stuff like that, which is awesome. But we actually got here a little bit differently than the way I thought. So I want to break down exactly what happened and how we actually got here. So let me just open up the whiteboard here and we'll have some fun. Let's get some better font. Avero sounds good. Cool. And the big thing I want to emphasize is to never copy people without context. Okay. Very important lesson to learn. All right. We never ever want to copy people without context. And this is why. So I am going to just draw a little line here and say, and let me just find a little stick character of me, because that is always fun. Woo. Okay. This is me. And we're going to grab a little fun face, not knowing what I'm doing. And I am looking at people with memberships and recurring revenue. I started seeing people posting screenshots thinking like, this is awesome, right? Memberships are great. I thought, okay, well, you know what? I have tons of buyers. I got about 1,000. I think we're getting close to 1,500 people that have purchased Sell We Sleep. I'm thinking, okay, I got a list of buyers here. We could totally get 200 of those people, or a good chunk of those people anyway, to purchase our platform, AZ Funnels, which is, by the way, the absolute best funnel building platform on the market, because you have our rockstar support team, you have templates that actually work, and so much more. We just rolled out an ad library so you can browse by industry and get inspired by what other people are doing, and so much more. So if you want to check that out, links in the description too for a free trial. But what I looked at is, I'm like, memberships and continuity income are great. Yes, they are. Okay. But there's a little bit of context here. And what I realized is, when I made myself this goal in December, I started breaking down the numbers of like a normal conversion rate into a membership. And I realized, oh my gosh, there's no way we could do this. And for a while, I think I had about 3 or 4 days there, I was just in a funk. I had no idea what the hell I was going to do. I, put this goal out there publicly. I'm like, how the hell am I going to hit this? What I quickly realized is that there was an easier opportunity sitting right at my doorstep. And thank gosh I did this. And I got to give my wife credit, because Angela came up to me and she said, you know what? All you got to do is hit 20K. That's it. Like, if you don't get 200 people in AZ Funnels, there's other ways to do that. And I said, you're right. So what I actually decided to do was, I came down here and we put together, I said, can I get 10 people that pay me $2,000, right? Instead. And to me, that felt right. I'm like, I think I could get 10 people on this list to pay me 2,000, right? Like to me that goal didn't seem impossible. It didn't seem that hard to do. I'm like, is this actually doable? Could I make this happen? So I put together an offer in a Google Doc. I basically did a little bit of an email launch. I did like one live in the group, and I closed 10 people. Actually, I think we did 13 into this without phone calls. I just did it, purely through Messenger. I didn't have like, it was literally Google Doc explaining the offer, and some people messaged me in Messenger with questions, and I had people right away. They were like, "I'm in. Let's do it." And I love that because those are my people. Like the people we have in this group, I love. They're my ideal dream clients, which I'm so happy about. And I'm like, hey, this was actually pretty easy to do. It wasn't stressful. It all went by super effortlessly. It was great. And I'm putting together now an amazing program that we're going to be selling as a standalone course in the future, which is great. So the thing I realized is that when I looked at this model, I said, okay, you have to kind of zoom out. And this is one of those big things where if I am going to like put a character to this is a great little drawing tool, by the way. If I had to put this into an idea, right? And an idea that you can follow, it's to take the right actions based on where you are to hit your goals. I'm going to say targets because I like targets. All right, that is the big thing. This is the big theme. You have to take the right actions based on where you are to hit your targets. And what I realized is I have a member in my group, for example, a client I'm working with privately, who told me and actually posted in my group that she tried to do a very common strategy, which is a $7 a month membership as a front end product, and then to ascend people into other stuff and to grow an entire membership business. And for her, it completely bombed. Completely bombed. She got like 4 or 5 people in there, just did not work as well. She said it was a total waste of time and so much more. And then I spoke to another person who's doing multi 7 figures and already has quite a big audience, big group. And she tried the $7 a month strategy and it didn't work for her either. And I realized, there is something going on here. There's something very interesting. And when I peeled back the curtain to look at people that had successful membership businesses, I looked at people that were talking about memberships at events. I went through their slide decks and I looked at the case studies and the examples. There was a very, very, very common theme, okay? Very common theme with memberships. And this is the requirement to have a large membership, okay? And that one theme was audience. Every single case study, every single person, audience here, every single case study, every single person that I found that had a fairly large membership, and I'm talking because I'm looking to grow our business to 100K per month. So when I'm looking at memberships, I'm like 10K is cool, that's all right. But I want to see people that are scaling to, millions or at least, at that 100K a month mark. And so the people I see doing that are already having large audiences before they launch their membership. And it's simply like they have this audience built up on a platform. The biggest examples and the best places, I think, in my mind, to have an audience or a membership are probably like Instagram or YouTube, especially YouTube. I think YouTube, if you can have an audience on YouTube, you're going to be set. But these people all had audiences on one of these platforms. So when they launched their membership, it was very easy. They could start getting sales immediately. They have people every single day organically finding their videos. And that means they don't need to spend a ton of money upfront to acquire a customer with paid ads. Plus, trust is already built. And that's the big difference between an organic, like trying to get someone for an organic sale versus a paid sale. And don't get me wrong, I love paid ads. I use paid ads all day long to help my clients go from, someone not knowing anything about them to purchasing a product, like a lower cost product, anywhere from, I'd say $7 to $27. And the thing I love about that is that because it's that low of a price, you could give someone easy access. You're like, hey, that's a no-brainer offer. I'll learn a little bit more. There's a good refund policy. It's an amazing packaged offer. But with recurring revenue and recurring memberships, it's actually really, really, really hard to nail this, because you just face a problem where if you ever want to try to get a lower cost subscriber on the front end, like, they have to really, really think about that. But a lot of these people doing this, they already have large audiences. So they're able to actually get a bunch of the initial subscribers they need. And then they can use the profit from that, because those people were essentially free. It was organic unless they maybe pay for a VA and a few tools. But the way that they can then scale their membership is they're happy to lose a little bit more on the front end so that they can then get more membership subscribers. But every single time they had an audience, all right? So it makes you really question, like, what do you do? Because I know a lot of people, they come to me and they're like, I want to grow a membership. And I say, I don't think that's the best option. All right. So this is the way I see it, is that, and it really depends where you're going, right? So you're either trying to optimize for customers, optimize for new clients, or you're optimizing for profit. Okay. And this is a big thing I see is I've spoken to so many people that are at that 7-figure mark and they have those flashy awards, but they keep very, very, very little. Common theme. And so regardless, I would say it really depends. If you're brand new, then just go get some clients, get some case studies, and then do this, right? But for both these people, I always say just launch a micro offer, because if you can launch a micro offer, you can get paid to semi-passively acquire customers. And again, we've done this for people that have, all the as featured in Forbes and stuff like that. We've done it for people that haven't. The reality is once you're able to liquidate ad spend and get new buyers every single day, then you can really ascend to whatever you want. And then you're just really deciding, okay, well, do I need a ton of money now, or do I want, and I'm willing to put more time in to help those people, whether through some sort of high ticket coaching program, or, something, a mastermind, or it could be a higher cost membership. Or do you just want to focus on getting as many buyers as you possibly can and putting them into a very low cost membership? But my recommendation is always, as soon as you get to this point, doesn't matter either of these, like, go for the micro offer play. Because the problem I see is that people, let's say that they have lots of clients and they say they want more clients because they're not making enough money. The reality is the cost to acquire a customer is way too high, because once you pay your setters, your closers, your software, your masterminds, all this stuff, it leaves you with very, very, very little. That's why if you can make your customer acquisition cost as for your premium stuff as low to zero as possible, you are then able to actually make sure that you can get paid to acquire new customers, and most importantly, keep more. And that's the big one. It's all about keeping more. So this was just a big overview video of what I learned after my own mistakes, because long story short, like I made the mistake of trying to think I could grow the revenue. Now, don't get me wrong, our Easy Funnels revenue is actually doing pretty good. We're getting very close to 5 figures a month, which is awesome. That's our goal this quarter, is to get that to five figures a month in revenue. But that is not the priority. My priority is actually going to be focused on just building really good products, getting this audience play going, and making sure that I'm producing really good content on YouTube. We're going to also start a podcast on YouTube as well and repurpose that in a few different places. But my main goal is to make sure that I'm there to give you the right path you need, regardless if you're someone that wants to collect more money and have more time, or you're someone that just needs new clients, right? I want to make sure that you have the content you need here. So thanks so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you and your time. Your time is the most valuable resource, and I don't want to waste it. So if you have questions or anything about scaling a coaching or consulting business, drop a comment below. I'll make sure I shoot more videos about your topics. And if you also want to just learn how to get paid to sell what you sleep, you can download our entire program for $11.90. So that's all in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, though, and I'll see you in the next one.